All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our relocation live event here. We have an exciting webinar for all of you. I want to bring on one of my co-hosts here. There she is. Let's add her to the spotlight. Miss Debbie Morrow in the house, everybody.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Yes, I love you guys. For all of you that are in this the second largest real estate Facebook group in the world, kudos to all of you because a lot of you are on there. If you're watching this live on LinkedIn, hello to you all as well. We love you as well. But Debbie's done such an amazing job building this group, and we're so honored to be one of her partners and being able to share incredible value. Many of you, we see you guys, the comments and the value that you guys get from our group. And so we're excited to be doing this with you, Debbie. So Debbie, say hello to everybody.
Hi, guys. Good morning. So great to see you guys here. A lot of familiar faces on here. So I love that. And Jimmy, so thankful for you and all you do in our group and for our community. You guys have probably seen Jimmy posting in there so many times, adding value, just really helping us out. And Jimmy's got an amazing product that we partner with. So I'm so thankful to be a part of your network, Jimmy. You're just such a valuable resource to us all.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie. Well, guys, Debbie and I really are not the spotlight or the highlight for the show. You guys, so here's what ended up happening. John's a member of our TripValet Incentives family, and we were talking and you know, you guys, all you realtors know there's definitely been some shifts in the market. And John was saying, Jimmy, you have to let me show these realtors how to get relocation leads. And all of you that are realtors understand a few things. There's certain buyers and sellers that they're always going to be happening. And one of them, right? One of them is relocation. And when John showed me this, I was like, whoa, you need to show this to every realtor that we have in our network because we have so many of them. And let's bring them some real value to help them because we want to see you guys make it in this business. I'm going to tell you right now, Debbie, myself, John, I see Jennifer on here, Tanya, we are committed to seeing you guys be successful. And so that's why we put this together, is to really show you guys how you guys can get these leads and have them all the time. So you guys are the first to hear about this in a big major way. So kudos for you guys taking the time to be on here with us. And so guys, I'm going to get out of the way. I want to introduce to all of you to John Rankin, and we're going to bring him on, everybody. John is a dear friend of ours. This guy not only served our incredible country, works with veterans, works with realtors, is an unbelievable sales trainer, entrepreneur, and he's got a passion to really help people win in every business that he's involved with. And this particular one, in terms of helping you guys, the realtors, get leads, free leads, right? And be able to share this information, we feel like it's going to be so much value today. So without further ado, Debbie and I can get out of the way, and we're going to let John Rankin take over. So John, the floor is yours.
Man, thank you so much for that, Jimmy. You said it just the way I wrote it for you. So you did a good job. So Debbie, I want to thank you and your group, the Real Estate Agent Referral Network. One of the best things out there. If you guys are joining us from LinkedIn or from some other platform, or this was shared to you via email and you're not in that Facebook group, you should be. Ton of value in there, ton of free stuff in there for you. And you can build out a referral network because we all know that referrals are really something that can help us exponentially grow our business. And that link's been posted a couple of times in the chat. So I would encourage you to follow that. Make sure you get into that group. Now, just real quick, I want to ask you guys a question. And I like to be interactive. So it's not going to be death by PowerPoint unless you want me to do death by PowerPoint, and I can do that. But I don't think anybody really wants that. How many of you would like to list or sell more homes this year? Okay, I see a couple of hands. Just pop some comments in there. How many more would you like to sell this year? Steve said, duh. Homer Simpson, 20 more this year. 10, lots, 20. Good, 10. All right. Who else? At least 2 per month. Great. How many of you guys know, if you've been in real estate long enough, that paid leads don't really work? Just drop a yes or a no, right? How many of you wasted money on paid leads? I know I have lots of money on paid leads. and they convert at less than 1%, right? Has anybody had a different story than me with paid leads? Yeah, plenty of funds go down the drain with them, right, Stacy? And I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on leads lists that never amount to anything. Okay. And so what I wanted to do with you guys today is I'm going to divide this out to you. I'm going to first, which is going to blow all of you away, show you exactly where you can get these leads for free. I'm going to show you how to get them for free. And then I'm going to show you the catch. Now, the catch isn't any money. The catch is that if you're not set up properly, those leads aren't going to respond. So I'm going to show you how to set it up properly so that when you connect with these leads, that they actually respond to you. And then I'm going to talk about how do we incentivize people to take the steps that we as agents want them to take. Does that sound okay to everybody? Does that sound like a good game plan for everybody? If I just dig right away and give the secret away? Now, look, if I do that, don't disappear on me. Okay? If I give it to you, if I give you the secret up front, can you guys say you're not going to disappear on me? Rebecca, you look like you're ready to disappear already. So don't disappear on me when I give you the secret. Now she smiles. Yes, I can see you guys. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go to a platform that probably none of you are already using to make sales. Okay. So let's do this as I share my screen. I want you guys to drop in the chat box. Where currently online are you getting the most amount of sales? What do you guys think? Where are you getting the most amount of sales? Facebook Marketplace, Facebook, not online. Dean, good. TikTok, good. Claudia. SOI, good. Facebook, no real results yet. Okay, SOI. How many of you have ever considered using LinkedIn for real estate? Debbie, good for you. You beat me to it. How many of you have ever thought of using LinkedIn for real estate? Let me share my screen here. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of things here. Now, once I do that, oh no, I can do it right here. Hold on. Let me move my chat over here so I can still see it. You have an account, but you don't really use it. So Rebecca, if I showed you how you could find 137,000 free leads on LinkedIn, do you think you would use it a little bit more? Jason, how about you? Dean, if I can show you 130,000 relocating leads, would you actually use the platform? What do you guys think? Right? All right. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm going to go right into it. Relocating in the search. And then we're going to dig into this and I'm going to really unpack it for you. I'm going to type in relocating in the search and then I'm going to go, oops, sorry, I went too fast. I'm going to back up and go to people. It's dropped a little bit since we put out the promo material, but right now there are 133,000 people on LinkedIn that state they're relocating. 133,000. Now let's say 30,000 of those are real estate agents that are relocation specialists, or they're relocation companies that work with somebody like Amazon, Caterpillar, Toshiba, and they're the relocation department that helps people move from one Amazon factory to another. That means there's 100,000 people left that have posted publicly on their LinkedIn that they're relocating to Tampa, transitioning junior military officer going from Dallas to looks like Knoxville. Oh no, moving to Texas. I'm moving to Texas this month. Okay, so let me ask you guys. I know Jimmy asked you guys earlier, but where are you guys from? Pop a city and state in there for me. Let's see who's moving where. Because I'm gonna unpack this for you. Okay, Detroit, Greenville, South Carolina, San Antonio, Texas. Let's do San Antonio, Texas. $356 people say they're relocating to San Antonio. See Colorado Springs. $177 people relocating to Colorado Springs. Charlotte. 106 people posted that they're relocating to Charlotte. Now, I could also do it this way. Relocating to Texas. 848 people say that they're relocating to Texas. Now, we don't want to stop there because we could also do the abbreviation. Another 437 people say they're relocating to Texas with the abbreviation. Let's do North Carolina, since we got somebody that popped in. 505 people say they're relocating to North Carolina with the abbreviation. Now let's spell it out. 436 people say they're relocating to North Carolina. Now, been in real estate for a while, but I'm a little old. I'm a little gray in the beard. And the last time I checked, that if you were in a state, you could actually sell real estate in the entire state, right? It doesn't have to just be about your city. Is that correct? Is that still the truth? I know it's that way in Tennessee. Yeah. So we can actually divide this out by our city, then by our state, then by our state abbreviation. Yeah, and if you have a team, you can actually start divvying those out to the team. And in a little bit, I'll talk to you about how do we incentivize these people to pick us? How do we incentivize them to take action with us? The referral network comes in handy, which is why if you guys aren't in the group, you should be in Debbie's group. Okay? Think about this, guys. I am typing this search. If you guys can't see it, let me come up here. Up here in this search, can you see it up here in the upper left-hand corner, Dean? Let me, you see it now? You got to respond to me because I can't see your face. Oh no, now I can see your face, Dean. You see where I'm doing it at? You can't see the search. Okay, I'll talk you through it. In your upper left-hand corner next to the box that says LinkedIn, that's where you'll type the search. And then you want to click people. Now, as you go through here, you'll see a couple of real estate agents that are in here. Hey, whoever that was in Michigan, here's one from Michigan relocating to North Carolina. Let's see here. Well, my first search here, there's no real estate agents. Usually there's a couple of real estate agents that come up in these searches. No, yeah. If you don't click people, the results won't show up the correct way. Yes, Steve. Because if I come over here and I just type relocating, I don't get to see them all because I've got to select people. It'll only show me 2 or 3. Okay. But if I select people now, then they all keep coming up. Okay. 436 if I spell out North Carolina. Yeah, Jacqueline, that's exactly right. You guys could all be helping each other. And Stacy, part of this is all right, let me pause for Stacy. Don't steal my thunder, Stacy. Don't steal my thunder. If you have not used LinkedIn, you will only see your first and second connections. So I'll talk about that in a second. So don't get ahead of me, okay, Stacy? Because your list will not be as big as mine. Okay, so now let me ask you guys a question. I want you to respond in the chat. Have what I showed you right now, before I even dig into this, has that been enough value for you to dedicate 30 minutes to an hour a week on LinkedIn? Anybody feel like this is not now worth an hour of your time every week? Okay, we got a bunch of yes, 100%. Steve, I love you. You're my new favorite. Right? Guys, I'm going to show you how to do this in 1 hour a week. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of address Stacy's point. That's exactly what I'm going to do right now, Jacqueline. So smart. You guys definitely are not a couple of crayons short of a box. Okay. You guys are on it. So in order for you to take advantage of these leads, there's a couple of things that have to happen here. People have to know that you're real, and they have to know that you're serious about doing real estate. And if they go to your profile and there's nothing on your profile and you haven't posted in a year, and then you start messaging them, that's not serious. That actually looks like maybe you're somebody that hacked an account and is spamming. So I'm going to show you 3 profiles. 2 profiles are where I drew my content and my ideas from, because both of them have been mentors in my life. And I can just tell you on LinkedIn, every one of you could do over 6 figures just on LinkedIn. Okay. The first one I'm going to show you is a good friend of mine, Larry Kaufman, has nothing to do with real estate at all. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of things here about Larry. First, he's a LinkedIn influencer and actually is somebody that LinkedIn talks to in order to see what direction they want to take the platform. He's got over 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. He's got a good, clean background. I personally think that he should be branding himself, but he's been with Manpower forever. So, you know, he's not going anywhere. You can put a video in your profile here. He's got a good, clean headshot. Now, here's something that's important. A lot of people will put their title in this part where he has check marks. I think that you should be doing it similar to what Larry does, which is it tells a story of who you are, so that when Steve comes and connects with me on LinkedIn, he knows right away if I'm a person that he wants to be connected with. Okay. Now, he's also got his hashtags in here, so this is super important. And then the other thing that's really important, guys, and all of you will get this because you're referral-based agents. Your business thrives with referrals. You should have your connections open, because the purpose of LinkedIn is to network with other businesses to build your business. So if your network isn't opened, why would I share my network with you? Okay. Now, if any of you have ever written anything, been on podcasts, been on TV, had commercials, you know, won the best cook of the year for Thai food, whatever, this all needs to be in your featured section. And the reason it needs to be in your featured section is because your featured section begins to build trust, because they see you as active. They see you as somewhat of an expert. So Jacqueline, yes, there are people that will take 10, 20, 30 bucks on Fiverr and do your entire profile for you. That's a great question. Okay. So this featured section is really important. Now you can obviously tell that he's pretty active. Here's the great thing about LinkedIn, guys. This is not Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. You do not have to post 3, 4, 5, 10 times a day. You have to post once to twice a week. That's why we can do an hour a week. And the vast majority of that hour is going to actually be direct messaging, either referral partners, which I'll talk about in a little bit, or people that are relocating. Now, he takes his about section and details out his career, some interesting things about him, his book. He's got a great book. I would highly recommend getting that book, his speaking engagements, his duties at Manpower, and then some of his expertise. Okay. Now, here's one thing that I would encourage all of you guys to do. In our day and age, people don't usually spend 20 years at a company anymore. People want to see a lot of experience. So I would tell you to fill this out. I don't care if you took a class on how to clean toilets. You should put that in there. I was a master at cleaning toilets. Your education, volunteering, and then now this is one area me and Larry kind of disagree on. I think that when people start to research you to see if they want to partner with you or want to work with you, your licenses, your certifications, your perception of a person that is ongoing and learning and being a consummate professional is important. So I think you should have all your licenses and certifications on there. Okay. Any projects that you've worked on. So if you developed I saw somebody post that they're an EXP. So if you're an EXP and you developed a training pipeline where you train all the people in, let's say, Sulphur Springs, Arkansas, you should put that on there. That's a project that you're working on, right? Your skills should be right around 50. And then every single one of you should talk to all of your clients that are business people. Ask them if they're on LinkedIn and have them go and give you a recommendation. And you should incentivize them to give you a recommendation. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. We should actually reward people for taking the steps that we want them to take. If they give us referrals, we should reward them. If they write us a great review, we should reward them. I actually think if I ask you to give me a review, and even if you leave me a crappy review, and I told you if you left me a review, I would still incentivize you, even if it wasn't the most positive. Because we should be people of integrity, people of our word. Okay? Right? If you've written anything, that's where you'll put this in your publications. If you've gotten awards, if you've been a president club or the top salesperson in the state, all of these things should be on here. Okay. That's Larry, great friend of mine. He's actually speaking to my group here coming up. Phenomenal guy. Now, this is my other best friend. This is Eric Horton, who has had a lot to do with my success on LinkedIn. Phenomenal guy. Now, Eric does some things that I love and does some other things that I don't like that Larry does. So when I tell you I took both these guys and merged them into my profile, that's what I did. So here's where Eric personally branded himself instead of his company, which is what I think all of you should do. Companies come and go. How many of you are still with the same real estate company you started with if you've been in real estate for more than 5 years? Let me know in the chat. Are you still with the same company after 5 years, or did you switch companies? Anybody? Right. No. Right? This is why I think you should brand yourself and not the company. KW don't need no help from you guys. KW is well known. EXP don't need no help from you guys. They're well known. Coldwell Banker Premier doesn't need any help from you. They're well known. Brand yourself, because companies come and go. EXP, I doubt it, but they could be gone tomorrow. KW, I doubt it, but they could be gone tomorrow. Brand yourself. Good, clean headshot. Now, he does his titles. I think you should talk about who you are here, but Eric's got 33,000 people. So, right, Jacqueline? I don't believe either one of those companies are going to be gone. You're okay. And I definitely don't think Berkshire is going anywhere. So now, again, he's got a great featured section, really has a lot of stuff there. Now, Eric works exclusively with the military. That's why you see that his connections are closed, because he actually wants a closed network. He does that on purpose, and he only accepts veterans. Okay. So again, his activity, he's about once or twice a week. His about section, again, because he's so well known in the military for what he does, he doesn't need a real big about section because we all know him. Okay. His experience section is pretty robust. He's got it pretty written out there. His education. Eric is a giver, so he loves to volunteer. So you see that reflected in his profile. He does a lot of volunteering. Here you see he takes the approach that I take, which is he's got all of his licenses and certifications up there, all of them. Okay. Again, he's about sitting at 50 skill sets, and then he's got about 27, 30 recommendations. Guys, recommendations are super important for you. So anybody that you've either listed or sold a property for, if they're on LinkedIn, you should get them to write you a review of how great you are. Okay. He's also written some courses, so he's got those up there. He's a Bronze Star and he's the Order of St. Martin. So he's got that stuff up there. He actually speaks another language, etc. All right. Now, my profile, and you guys can go follow me, is a blend of those two guys, because both of those guys spent time with me and taught me how to do LinkedIn. I am branded in the backside. This is my brand. I train veterans on how to increase their sales. I work with real estate, mortgage, all those kind of people, but I predominantly work with veterans. Okay. I've got a video in here. I've got a professional picture for when I was speaking. And in my bio, you see that I'm telling you the story of who I am, so that when Steve goes and checks out my LinkedIn profile, he can look at it and right away go, nope, I don't like that guy. Yep, I like that guy. His beard is better than mine, so I don't want to follow him. Okay. Now, because I work predominantly with the military, we have a pretty sarcastic sense of humor, and we like to go stalk people before we accept their connection requests. So I actually have an entire thing in here just for military dudes where you can go professionally stalk me. And it takes you to some articles and it takes you to some other stuff. Okay. Here you see that my connections are open, and I'll explain why this is an important thing in a minute. I've got a pretty good, robust featured section. I'm pretty active. This post I just posted yesterday has over 3,000 engagements in it. Okay. My about section is more like Larry's. I list out everything I've done. Okay. My experience section is pretty robust. Now, it's not as robust as those two because I spent 20 years at 5th Special Forces Group. So I have a long history at one position. Okay. I put all my certifications up, and I'm still putting up certifications. I'm sitting at about 50 skills, and I have 36 recommendations. And then I've wrote a couple of things. I wrote for AUSA. So that's an Army or publication. So the stuff that I've published, any courses that I've created, I put up there. Some honors and awards I put up there, things of that nature. Now, guys, let me ask a question in the group. And this is, hey, Steve, thank you for your service, buddy. I mean, you almost served being in the Navy, but 22 years gets you across the line. So I'm just kidding, man. Thank you. So let me ask you guys a question. This is not to embarrass you. Who has less than 200 or 300 contacts on their LinkedIn that I can go look at real quick? Okay, Diane Blackwell. All right, you're my volunteer. Okay. So first of all, great background. Now you should put your name in there. Okay. Diane, great picture. Okay. Now look, your contacts are not open. Okay. And I'll show you, that's okay. I'll show you why that's important in a second. Okay. Pretty good about section. You need to be a little more robust. Like, who do you really serve? Okay. Good experience section. Okay. We got to work on our licenses and our certifications a little bit and our skills. Surely you got more than 23 skills. Okay. Now, Diane, are you on your LinkedIn right now? You just put it in the chat. Yes. I want you to do this. I want you to tell me how many second connections you have. And post that in the chat and I'll announce it. And if you don't know how to find that, you're going to go to Network, Connections. Okay. And then you're going to search with filters. And then you're going to do second connections. Oh, you're on the mobile app. Well, with 300, your connections are going to be, your second connections are going to be around maybe 50,000 people. My second connections are 1.5 million. So I can go back. Oh, 392. Okay. That's not bad. So I can come back here and she's got all those connections. So let me back up. Okay, Rebecca. I want to back up. So I'm going to connect. And when she accepts my connection, all 306 of her connections become my connections. They become my second connections. Jimmy's, yours is 1.3, 1.13. I got more than you. I got more than you. Okay. The entire purpose of this game is you guys want referrals because we close referrals at about 80% more than we could close cold, right? So now she's connected with me. Let me refresh. And now if her connections are open, I can see all of her contacts and I can message her contacts. Her connections are open. Good job, Diane. And now I can come in here. I want to take first and second out because I don't care about that. I want all of them. I can come in here and I could say, which one of her people? Well, let's do mortgage. And now I can come in. Oh, she doesn't have, well, let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I do it this way. Nope, she doesn't have. Do you not have any of your lenders on here, Diane? Laugh out loud, so that must be no. Hey, Jacqueline, I'll connect with you here in a second. It's good to meet you on LinkedIn. Okay, but now look, I'm going to come over to Jimmy here. +500 connections. You got 30,000 on LinkedIn. And then I'm going to come over here to all filters. Let's do lending. And I can even go further and deeper into the woods on this. You have nobody in mortgage? Jimmy. All right, hold on. Let's do it this way. I'm going to do how many people?
Realtors.
Yeah, you got a lot of realtors. I'm going to do how many people is Jimmy connected with that are U.S. Army veterans? Because I was in the Army. So this guy is the president of Hubbard Decision Research. I can actually now go through and start talking to some of these people and go, hey, how do you know Jimmy? And I can do this with who's with EXP. So let's, instead of that, see how many people you know from EXP, right? How do you not have anybody from EXP? Let's see. Maybe they just don't connect with EXP on their LinkedIn. Let's see. Jimmy. Come on, man. I don't know why. How do we check if you just, yeah, you just go check on your connection list. That's a great question. Okay, so I'm going to transition here real quick. So first of all, has this been useful to you guys? Have I done a good job? I got to make sure I do a good job because you've had to look at my ugly face for 30 minutes. Okay. Of course, Steve would say yes, because we're used to looking at ugly people all day long in the military. All right. So now I talked about incentivizing people to do the right things. Okay. I'm going to assume that everybody here today and everybody that's watching the replay are ethical, professional, and good people. Okay. Is that safe to assume for you guys? Is that okay? If you are ethical, professional, and a good person, there is absolutely nothing wrong with incentivizing somebody to work with you. If you manipulate people, that's a problem. But if you're ethical, professional, and a good person, there's nothing wrong with it. So as you guys know, Jimmy has a great program, TripValet. And what you can actually do is incentivize people by giving them a vacation where they just pay for the taxes. No timeshare stuff. They can pick destinations all across the world. I use this all the time in my business. All the time. Pesticide, real estate, mortgage, insurance. You guys could actually reach out to all of your previous clients and have them come and drop a review on your LinkedIn for a vacay. People show up to your open house and you have a drawing to give them a trip to Cancun. People show up and they close their house and you go, hey, Shireen, who do you know? Yes, it is compliant. It absolutely is. Who do you know that's living in an apartment right now? For every referral you give me, I'm gonna incentivize you. Diane, I'll drop a link here in a minute. We have a free trial. Go try it for free, guys. I use this stuff to incentivize my audience on LinkedIn to do things that I want them to do, like leave reviews, engage with posts, celebrate somebody's birthday. All my clients every year, they get a vacation. And I give them new destinations every year. You went to Cancun last year. You want to go to Scotland this year? Every birthday. That's what I give people. And I do it for everything from giving me referrals to showing up at an appointment. So let me explain it to you guys this way. What I do is if I'm working with you and you set an appointment to come see a house or to show up at my office, I say, hey, Jacqueline, if you show up at my office, I have a gift for you. Has nothing to do with the sale. If you show up for our appointment, I have a gift for you. You show up for the appointment, I give you the gift. With no timeshares, with no timeshare presentation at all. And then if you decide to list your property with me, I go, hey, do you know anybody else that's going to be moving in the next couple of months? You go, yeah. Bob and his wife just got a new job in Chicago. I go, guess what? Instead of Las Vegas, I'm going to upgrade you to Cancun for that name. Diane, no timeshare presentation at all. None. So then you give me 2-3 names and I upgrade you to Cancun. Oh, and then by the way, Diane, when it's your birthday, if I'm a good agent, I know when your birthday is now, and I've put that in my CRM. And I go, hey, Diane, I just want to thank you for being a great customer. This year for your birthday, where would you like to go? Cancun or Cabo? Oh, they're really good. I've been on quite a few of them. I take multiple. 4 and 5 star properties. You're not going to the Best Western. Okay. Click that link. You can try it for free. Take your girls on that one. Okay. Guys, here's the deal. In today's market, between relocation and incentivizing people to action, you have the tools. There is no catch, Jason. There's no catch. Here's the deal. Do you have to pay property taxes on all your real estate, whether you live there or not? Jason, that's for you. Do you have to pay property tax? Yep. So do hotels. Whether anybody is in that room or not, they have to pay property tax. So if that room's empty, does it make sense to give it away to Jason for just the cost of taxes, or to let it eat a hole in their profit margin? That's the catch. You just got to pay the taxes. But as long as you're upfront with your client that you're not sending them to a timeshare and they're required to pay the taxes, which they have to do, otherwise you got to issue them 1099 if it's over a certain value amount. Taxes are like $100, $200, depends on the location. I haven't been to all of them, Jimmy. What's the most expensive one?
Well, 7-night luxurious Mexico, 7 nights. If you stay there, it's under $500 for the taxes and fees, but that's a 5-diamond property.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's very inexpensive. Just a question. Other professionals don't buy their business. Why should we give free things? Oh, because we want to incentivize people to make the right decisions. I incentivize people just like I do with my children. When my children do the right things without asking, they get incentivized. I'll tell you, well, maybe I won't tell you that one. Yeah, Vidata is one of the options. Yes, there is best practices. And actually inside of Deborah's group, they actually train on how to stay compliant, all kinds of great resources inside that group. Guys, you should incentivize people to take action. And here's the deal. Jimmy's giving you guys all a 7-day trial for free. So it costs you nothing. Go try it. Take one of the vacations. No timeshare. And you can use it for birthdays. You can use it for parties. You can use it for open houses. You can use it to incentivize referral partners who aren't buying properties from you. Guys, I haven't even showed you how to go find all your referral partners. How many of you would like to find a contracting company, a construction company that you become the dedicated real estate agent for? You can do that on LinkedIn. All of those new home construction companies are on LinkedIn, soliciting business on LinkedIn. Go ahead, Rebecca. Or are you just raising your hand like, yeah, I want those? Here's another one. There's an actual group of people on LinkedIn that are directly tied to your ideal client, somebody that has to sell their home this year. You guys could find referral partners that start giving you 2-3 referrals a year per partner on LinkedIn, and you can incentivize them to become their preferred partner. Claudia, where you live? I'm not going to answer directly. I'll do it by a simple exercise. Florida. Where at in Florida? Parkland. Okay. I don't know where Parkland is. Let's just say there's 100,000 people in Parkland. You divide that by the national average of 60% of those are adults over the age of 18. And you're going to have 60,000. Of that 60,000, half are going to be single, half are going to be married. So now we're down to 30,000. You have to divide that number in 2 because it takes 2 people to be married. So now there's 15,000 marriages. Of those 15,000 marriages, somewhere between 40 and 55% of them are going to get divorced. So you have 7,500 people that are going to be divorced. If they own a property, they have to sell or refi that property. Do you think it would make sense to find the best divorce attorney in your area and start incentivizing him to send his clients to you? Yes, Rebecca, this video will be emailed. Does it make sense to make fun or make friends with divorce attorneys? Because they know your ideal client. You think a vacation to a 5-diamond resort would help with that process? I promise you that one will. Jimmy worked hard to get that one on the books. Okay. All right. So we got a couple of minutes here. I'm going to honor the time hack that we have for you guys. I'm going to pop the link in here again, 7-day free trial. I'm going to open it up for questions. Just pop them in the chat and I'll answer them either about the incentives or about LinkedIn. Any questions? $50 limit on gifts. There's no limit on this gift because you're actually not paying for it. They pay the taxes. It's unlimited, Diane. What's the best way? Okay. That is a great question, Jacqueline. So you have to work on your scripting on how you would follow up with people. And Jimmy, is it okay if I drop my link if some people want some help with scripting?
Yep, absolutely.
Hey guys, so what I'll do is if you have LinkedIn questions and things of that nature, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my calendar link in here. I'll give you guys a free 30 minutes to help you with sequencing and scripting for LinkedIn, because this is all I do. I send 120 messages every single week. And I can tell you it works really well on LinkedIn. So I can help you with scripting. I'm more than happy to give you guys some time. No cost. There's no cost for that. I do use a particular script, Dean, so I'm more than happy to share that with you. The script isn't going to be in the recording because like everybody's going to use different stuff. Look, I'm a 51-year-old balding white dude that used to be a fighter. My script probably won't represent you that well, Diane, but I'll help you craft your own. Oh yeah, the notes in the chat. Yeah, that'll all be in there. Okay. Last thing is you guys should connect with me on LinkedIn. I have a very large network of lenders and construction people and people that you should need to know. And I'll pop that in there. Go follow me on LinkedIn. Go connect with me on LinkedIn. Love to help you guys out. Jimmy, unless there's more questions.
Can you turn off your screen share real quick?
Yep.
Awesome. Guys, how awesome was that? Was that amazing? Did you guys get some value today? Let me put, we'll both pop on here. We're both on the spot. There we go. All right, Debbie, you on here as well. There we go. Awesome. So guys, hopefully that was huge value for all of you. You know, take advantage of it, dive in, watch the replay if you need to, again, to really go get those relocation leads. Guys, you guys are some of the first ones in this industry really that will have, will have this training. Now it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of people that will get this training. So get going on it. Don't wait forever. And then guys, use the incentives like John said. We have, I mean, you can see in the chat, there's already people using TripValet Incentives. We've been very, very fortunate to work with, well, I can just tell you, I can just do some name dropping. How about that? Brad Korn is the big KW agent is one of our members. I see the Ninja is one of our members. Raymond, one of your coaches in the group, is a TVI member. John, of course, is. Debbie is. You guys, if you're in the EXP, maybe you heard this guy named Gene Frederick. He's just announced it his big team this week. So guys, I mean, it's hot and heavy because the reason why is when you understand how incentives like John is talking about, not only for your relocation, but for your entire business, you should absolutely do this. So go to TVI relocation.com. We'll drop that link in there one more time. And guys, if you need to connect with Debbie or myself or John, we're all in LinkedIn, Facebook groups. You can't miss us. We're everywhere. And we definitely for sure can help all of you. Make sure you get your questions answered because we don't want to leave you behind. This thing is really doing well, relocation leads as well as using incentives support. All right. So there's the link one more time. If there's no other questions, Debbie, any closing thoughts? And John, any closing thoughts before we let everybody go?
Well, I'm just going to say that there is one more question. Can we cancel at any time? And so, yes, you certainly can. There's no contract. Use it. If you love it, keep using it like I am. And if not, there's no contract. You can cancel at any time. So yes.
And for all our realtors, we have a monthly, 3 month, 6 month, and then we have an annual. There's a discount annual. A lot of people do the annuals. A lot of our realtors do. So you'll see that in there. And just take advantage of it all, guys, and have a lot of fun. And we coach. And by the way, inside the back office, it is loaded with trainings from some of the top realtors in the industry. Right, some of them in Debbie's group, of course. All of them, actually, all of them are in Debbie's group. But they're part of So I'm talking. They show you how they're using it for their open houses, how they're using it for marketing, and and now you got John teaching you how to use it on LinkedIn. We want to continue to bring value. The numbers don't lie, guys. Travel is the second largest industry in the world. All that means is you're traveling, I'm traveling, and guess what? Your clients are traveling. So you might as well get in front of that trend, continue to get in front of that trend, and use incentives because it's a stopper. It causes people to pause and go, "What is this? How are you giving me? You're telling me every year on the anniversary of my home, I'm going to get a vacation from you?" We've had people from Greece go to Greece, Italy, Bali. I mean, all over of course, U.S. and Mexico, but I'm just saying all over the world. And so we want to make sure you guys have access to that. So grab that link, everybody. You have a free 7-day trial. If you have any questions, reach out to our team, any of us. We will make sure that we get those questions answered. And so, yeah, we appreciate all of you. Anything else?
John, great job. Amazing. You taught me some really cool things that I didn't know how to do on there. So love it.
Oh, you're muted, John.
You're muted.
Yeah, there's a lot more on there too. And like I said, anybody that wants to connect on the LinkedIn side and spend a little bit more time, the search capacity of LinkedIn could literally become your #1 lead source and you don't have to pay for it. Now, I would recommend to go get the Premier if you're going to start really building on LinkedIn, but it's not required.
Yeah. Very good. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for all of you that are in real estate. You're in a brokerage, you have other people that need this information. Make sure that when we send out the email, you send it to them. Make sure that they go to the link for them to take advantage of the incentives. You'll see that in the emails as well. But we appreciate all of you guys. Listen, for all of our realtors, we love you. Don't give up. Make this your best year ever, right? Spread the word for all of our realtors, because I know we talk to so many realtors. We see them in all our groups, and especially this big one that, we want to keep fighting for you guys and giving you guys some huge value. And I know Debbie's committed to that as well. So with that, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.